Dr. Fillmore.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
What's a beryllium?
The details would be lost on you. No offense. The point is, it'll allow us to boost the reactor's power and get it running sooner than planned. You just keep me safe. I'll worry about the agitator.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate...
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one, but here we are. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. We don't want them getting the agitator before we... Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you there.
Ammunition or weapon bits. Talk to Tegan later.
Proctor Ingram. The Institute wants me to get something called a beryllium agitator from the ruins of mass fusion.
A beryllium agitator? I seem to remember reading an old technical document on those ones, but I only thought they were theoretical. They must be pretty darn important if they're sending you to find one. You know, if we head over to mass fusion right now, we may be able to get the device before the Institute does. That's if you don't mind our company, of course.
Another gun, another set of eyes. Seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, it would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. This could be our best chance at beating the Institute to the punch.
I heard there was a behemoth at Fort Strong. You had that heard?
Proctor Ingram?
Haven't gone out on a field op in a while. Feels good to be needed again.
I can get used to this.
Roger that, Scabbard. We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. The drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.
Hostile target sighted on the roof, sir. Prepare to engage. Damn bitches are crawling all over the place. Send them out before we drop.
I've not
Hey,
lasted 20 years in this
damn.
business by losing
Lost him.
fights. Better if you just run.
Keycard, eh? Bet that's gonna come in handy. Damn. I don't see the agitator anywhere. It must have been moved. Let's check out that terminal over there.
I don't trust these machines.
Nice.
Is someone present? Movement detected.
Something.
Hey,
Pulling weapons cold.
what was that?
Detonating explosive charge.
They've knocked out the power to the elevators.
Well, let's go get that power back on.
Sensor immediately detected.
Institute, your
you out.
There we go. That ought to do it.
There, that's done it. Power's back online.
Yes.
I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live in my hometown.
We could always drop through here. Might not be as cushy as an elevator ride, but at least we'll be headed in the right direction.
Movement detected. Curious.
What was that?
Hey! You're here!
Sweet.
Another cat.
Something's out here.
Thanks, Al. It's done.
Is someone present?
Hello? By order of the Institute, be destroyed.
Bear with me.
Yes.
Sensors fully operational.
Dang. Lost him. Back to huh?
How does it feel?
Going to waste otherwise. You picked on the wrong people today. Oh, goodbye.
Assessment must die.
I want to be in your
Handle
shoes.
yourself, boss.
Blue, come. Engaging hostiles.
Following Institute protocol. Eliminating hostile.
For the Brotherhood.
Vicious attack.
Now, don't start what you can't finish.
You must be terrified.
Kiss it all goodbye.
Primary sensor.
That's it. There it is. Mass fusion's reactor. Don't make them like that anymore.
How about we grab this thing before our teeth fall off?
Radiation levels are dangerously high in there. Let me know if you need any radiation. detection.
Please wait.
I'll communicate with you through their intercom system
Initiating
while I monitor
decontamination
everything from out
sequence.
here.
Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
The beryllium agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
Security alert in the reactor chamber. Emergency lockdown initiated. Please wait. Decontamination complete.
Fire zone. Clear the air.
You really know how to handle yourself, boss.
Scanners detecting sentient life. Threat lost.
Unidentified user detected. Beginning search.
I sure earned my money with that one.
Lockdown ended.
The Institute must have sent reinforcements. I'll help hold them off. Just make sure you get the agitator out of here.
By order of the Institute, you must be destroyed. Protectron on duty.
I'll make short work with you. Another down, another cow.
Thanks for the assist, man. Hell yeah. We slagged those damn cities. Unless you like getting radiation sickness, I'd stay away from
I was able to keep the Institute from getting their hands on the beryllium agitator.
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
I wouldn't have made it without your help.
That's funny. I seem to remember having to talk you into letting me come along. Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking. We've both got a lot of work to do. In the meantime, I'll take the agitator and stow it on the Pridwin for safekeeping.
Here you go. Are you sure it's gonna be safe up there?
If the Institute had the muscle to take the Pridwin down... Where the heck are you going? I'm not finished talking to you yet.
Dr. Ingram.
Ugh, my list of maintenance fixes keeps getting longer and longer. Oh, this frame is driving me crazy. Got like 3 itches I can't even scratch.
Ingram?
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out. Treat your power armor well, and it can get you through anything.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Treat your power armor well, and it can get... get you through any...
See what you have done? Did you think I wouldn't know you've betrayed me? After all I've done, the lengths to which I've gone to give you a new home, a new life, for us to be a family. But you have made your choice. From this point on, you are an enemy of the Institute. Should you cross us, we will kill you. Go now, and live whatever meaningless life you can.
In their hearts, but when I think of you, another shower stars into each light. Some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Into each life, some rain must fall.
liberating the Commonwealth is a huge
But
responsibility.
too much is falling in mine.
Ingram?
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out. Treat your power armor well, and it can get you through anything. Ugh, my list of maintenance fixes keeps getting...
Some folks can lose the blues in their heart.
longer and longer. This frame is driving me crazy. Got like 3 itches I can't even scratch.
Into each life, some rain must fall, but too much is falling.
Greetings,
in
Knight.
mine.
How can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
Into each and every life.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Rain,
Oh, this frame is
but too much of that stuff is
driving me
falling.
crazy.
and I'll go through fire. As he wants it, so it will be. Crazy he calls me. Sure I'm crazy, crazy in love, you see. Like the wind that shakes the bough, he moves me with a smile. The difficult I'm
You know those
right
synths with the
now.
plastic faces?
The
They creep me the
impossible will take a little while.
Proctor.
Oh, this frame is driving me crazy. I've got like 3 itches I can't even scratch. Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out.
Up the sky.
Proctor.
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out. Treat your power armor well, and it can get you through anything. Oh, this frame is driving me crazy.
A big explosion, big and loud, mushrooms me right up on a cloud. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be.
Greetings, Night.
Atom bomb baby, sweet as a plum, carries more wild than uranium. When she
Hey.
Our vertebrates should give us the air superiority we need to win this war.
turns on the switch, atom bomb baby, atom bomb, I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
How can I help you, Knight?
Excuse me, Paladin Dance.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that.
You two play nice out there.
Only if it plays nice back, citizen.
Every woman wants to look their best for a night on the town, but it's important to remember that when the night is done, many
I heard that
cosmetics
Elder
leave traces
Maxon
of
got that
oil
scar in
and
his
dirt
face
that
from
can
going
clog
one-on-one
pores and
with a
leave your
death
skin
claw.
looking a
If
mess
you need
when
it,
that
there's
handsome
shelter and
gentleman
supplies.
caller wakes you up the next
Police
morning.
station.
Dr. Tegan.
That's why Mary
Looking to
May's
pick a
new
fight?
line of cosmetics
help you
adds
end it.
trace amounts of radiation to help ensure
I'll take a
your
look.
face is
All of my
completely
weapons?
dirt-free. Using a standard Geiger counter, you can detect when dirt and makeup are still on your face and remove them before they cause problems down the line. If you aren't sure which cosmetics have been radioactively enhanced,
When I get off duty, that
just look for
Salisbury
the
steak
yellow
is
hazard
mine.
symbol on the label. Clinical scientists, beauticians, and men of all types agree the only way to keep your face clean and beautiful is with Mary May, the leader in cutting-edge cosmetics.
The best in talk, sports, drama, and music. Atomic Radio.
Our latest intelligence tells us you've infiltrated the Institute and liberated a valuable holotape from their facility. I'm quite disappointed you chose to build the signal interceptor without the Brotherhood, Knight. However, you've secured passage to and from their facility, which was one of our primary goals. So, I'm willing to overlook your lapse in judgment, since you've unexpectedly accelerated our plans. I now have 2 missions for you to complete. First and foremost, I want you to bring that holotape to Proctor Ingram right
Something I
away.
can help you with,
There could be
ma'am?
data vital
You
to the
haven't
success
heard?
of our mission on that
It's in all the
tape.
papers.
So we can't afford to
They
take
say
any
I've murdered
chances.
someone.
The second part of your mission requires a
Need
bit
a
of
lawyer to defend you?
background
Why, yes,
to explain.
but
About
no
10
one will
years
take
ago,
my
the Brotherhood
case.
began recruiting
That's why I
civilian
can't defend
scientists from the
Well,
capital
no,
wasteland
really.
to assist
The
with
court
various
appointed you.
projects.
I was
During this
told
process,
you're my public
we were able to
defender.
obtain the services
I'm a
of
good old
Dr.
Sixth
Madison
Amendment.
Lee,
Right
a
to
noted
counsel.
mind in the field of
Remind me
nuclear
to thank the
engineering.
founding fathers for keeping me employed.
Are you familiar with the details?
How did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the capital wasteland that the Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't difficult to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
I'm surprised that
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her?
Dr. Lee previously worked on it. We'd like her to continue where she left. Just keep your mind on the mission. Good luck, Knight.
Mr. Prosecutor, how dare you insult me with such an obscene gesture?
No, Miss Adams. The correct answer
Sir.
is two.
Lancer
Two
Captain
things.
Kells has
That
informed me
is
that
not
the
the
Institute's
point.
on
It's
high
exactly
alert,
the
and
point.
you're to blame.
Now, I may be just
Explain
a
yourself,
country boy
Knight.
from a backwoods dumpster, but I know my ABC.
How did you know?
We've been monitoring communications and picked up an encrypted signal being broadcast from the Institute. What the hell were you thinking?
I didn't realize it would make you so angry.
Didn't realize? Your instructions were clear. You were to infiltrate the Institute, find Dr. Lee, and convince her to return to the Brotherhood. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Knight.
She'd probably be in the electric chair if it weren't for me.
My apologies.
Apologies are made. Brotherhood soldiers take responsibility for their actions. Fortunately, this incident doesn't. We have a contingency plan that's already being put into effect. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor. I want you to bring it to her immediately. And Knight.
Well, I'm a mighty, mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Yes, I'm a mighty, mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Well, I don't pick my jobs. I'm ready for any old kind. Yes, I'm a real young man. A brand new 25.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, sister.
Proctor Ingram?
My list of maintenance fixes keeps getting longer and longer. Treat your power armor well, and it can get you through anything.
So hand me down. Yes, I'm 6 feet tall and I ain't no hand me down. Well, I got a gal in town who calls me Good Rockin' Brown.
Can't believe you and Preston let Mama Murphy die like that. You should have stopped her.
The farm's not much.
Hey, you want to head out again? Just let me
Sturgis,
know.
remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
Does it matter?
Nah, of course not.
What is it? Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah?
Here in Sanctuary.
Why? What have you got cooking?
For the future.
It doesn't matter why. I just need it for something.
Sure thing. I was just curious. Here you go. I've already made myself a copy.
Yes, he'll be on the job until the job is done.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Throughout history, mankind has marveled at the wonders buried deep under the sands of time.
Proctor, I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
Giving life to an age-old myth.
I wasn't worried. After all,
I have confidence in everything I built, too. But that's because, speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
hopefully it'll reveal a...
That would be the best-case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about?
You're listening to Atomic Radio, the #1 AM station in all of Boston.
He seems to feel it's pretty important.
Important is an understatement. We're pouring every resource we have into this thing. I hope it's worth it. Come on. It's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry.
I swear this time, I'm
Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute.
Keep taking a nap halfway through the race.
Is that why I keep
Pridwin
losing?
might be
Oh yes, they say slow and steady wins
a big
the race.
beast, but she's
But
not
the
built
truth
for
is,
fighting.
It's much better
That's where
to
our
be
new
fast
project comes in.
and awake.
All right, let's say for a second I believe you. How am I supposed to stay awake when you keep boring me?
Well, have you tried not bringing your pillow along when you race?
The thought hadn't crossed my mind.
Well, it might help. And you should lose the sleeping bag too while you're at it. Also, is that a holotape?
Why, yes. It's a 10-hour documentary on the mating habits of humans. I planned on listening to it after I built up a big enough lead.
See, Mr. Hare, I've seen
This
humans
storage
think,
bay
and that'll put
is
you to
what's
sleep
left
for sure.
of Liberty Prime.
You do
The
make some
Brotherhood
good
used
points.
it in the Capital
But I gotta
Wasteland
ask,
as a weapon
why are you helping
against
me?
the Enclave.
What's your
It's the
angle?
most advanced
just
robot
trying
the
to
Brotherhood has
keep
ever
things
had
fair
at
and
its
square
disposal.
is all.
Unfortunately,
You're sick of me
Liberty Prime was
asking you to
destroyed
race,
in the line
aren't
of
you?
duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing them back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational,
They want
we're
one
going
big
to
enough
need
to
your
ride to school with a maid they can brush.
My help? I don't know a thing.
Why don't we leave the repairing to my scribes? You're going to be doing the legwork. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
There's gotta be a way to...
I do all the maintenance on the Pridwin, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. What we need is a robotics expert, and there's someone in Diamond City that fits the bill. Her name's Professor Skara. Locals say she's a wizard when it comes to fixing robots. Why don't you head over there and see if you can talk her into helping us? Oh, and take this with you. Once she sees one of those Cerebro fusion adapters, I'm pretty sure she'll have a tough time saying no. In the meantime, I'll prep Prime's CPU and we'll see if we can't get the big guy moving.
If you have a moment, there's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Of course. What's on your mind?
Thank you. This isn't a formal meeting. I simply want to clear the air. I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot when we first met, and I feel like I owe you an apology. Expecting you to embrace the standards of the Brotherhood without having a history with us was unfair. And given that you've adjusted so well to our beliefs, I don't think I needed to push so hard. Well, you deserve it. When I was an initiate, my sponsor was Paladin Krieg, toughest squad leader I ever served with. He was a model soldier, embodying the values every trainee was striving to achieve. Fiercely loyal, secure in his beliefs, and brave to a fault. From the moment I was assigned to his squad, I was singled out. It felt like he was pushing me harder than the rest of the team. I fought by his side for years, and we had some seriously close calls. But he never explained to me why I was treated that way.
It sounds like he was trying to motivate you.
If he was, I never got a chance to ask. After I was promoted to Paladin, and I'd moved on to my own squad, I received word that Krieg was killed at Adams Air Force Base. The news was like being kicked in the stomach. I mean, I'd lost some of my brothers and sisters before, but his death, well, it really got to me. It's taken me a long time to realize it. But the reason Krieg was so tough on me is the same reason I'm so tough on you. It's because I believe in you. And I don't want to see any of your potential go to waste.
What happened at Adams Air Force Base?
Back in the capital wasteland, the Brotherhood was at war with a traitorous group of rebels who called themselves. They maintained a mobile command post at the remains of Adam. The Brotherhood spearheaded quite a few soldiers. He made his mark.
I'm flattered that...
You've earned that faith by your own hand. Well, I've said what I had to say, and I hope that it meant something. I trust you'll keep this in confidence, of course. Some of that information was of a personal nature.
Hey.
All right.
Ingram?
Head over to Professor Skara in Diamond City and get her to help us. In the meantime, I'll get Prime's power systems ready. Head over to Professor Skara in Diamond City and get her to help us. In the meantime, I'll get Prime's power systems ready.
Did you know that the oldest known chameleon was found in Anhui, China? That's right. The very same country that serves as the capital for modern socialism. So it's not surprising that in recognizing a communist, physical appearance can sometimes be misleading.
Sheltering in this old
Many
stadium,
communists
all
dress
those
and
perfectly
behave
good
like
buildings are still
ordinary
standing
American
outside.
citizens, blending into their surroundings just like their chameleon ancestors. So, how do we identify them? It's not an easy question to answer. That's why if you encounter someone you suspect is a communist, it's best not to interrogate them. In many cases, a left-wing activist will reveal themselves without prompting, usually by parroting the propaganda found in their Marxist newsletters. Of course, not all communists will declare themselves openly. Some are under strict orders by their Chinese government to avoid that very thing.
Oh.
These covert agents will typically have a strong interest in photography and spend the majority of their free time loitering outside sensitive military sites. However, even
Actually, I'm looking for Professor Skara.
You are? That's strange, so am I. Her normal field expeditions never last more than a few days, but it's been over a week now. I'm afraid something terrible has happened to her.
That doesn't bode well. She could be in trouble.
Struggle to remember the names of the founding fathers.
Do you know where she went?
Well, I don't usually like to pry into her business, but I found some notes on her terminal. The last place Professor Skara said she was going is the General Atomics Galleria. I'll mark it on your mapping device. There. Look, if you find her, could you tell her to come home?
Both here and abroad.
Drums on a old bass horn, and somebody beating on a ding dong. Come on over, baby. Whole lot of shaking going on. Come on over, baby.
Enjoy your visit.
Baby, you can't go wrong. Ain't nobody fit. Whole lot of shaking going on. Come on over, baby.
Excuse me, but this is a private research site. If you're here to study these robots, I'll have to insist you relocate to somewhere else.
Whose private research site?
Well, mine, of course. The General Atomics Galleria is a rare and unique opportunity to study the robot manufacturer's patented director software system. A single master robot controlling a staff of servitor robots, which in turn maintain a facility in a self-sufficient manner is, well, remarkable. Already told you too much. Like I said, if you want to study the system yourself, you're going to have to do it somewhere else.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Oh, well, that puts an entirely different spin on everything, doesn't it? My name's Professor Skara, and in answer to what I expect to be your next question, Professor is my first name, not my title. The whole thing's rather complicated. Perhaps I'll explain it to you sometime.
I'm certain that would be an interesting tale.
So, now that I've formally introduced myself, perhaps you'd care to tell me why you're here.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to ask for your help.
How very interesting. I wasn't aware that you people ever asked for anything. While I'm flattered that the Brotherhood of Steel would find me useful, I can't help but be wary of your methods and motivations. Perhaps if you were more specific, we could come to some kind of a mutual understanding.
We need your expertise to get Liberty Prime back online.
Liberty Prime? Where have I heard that before? Oh, yes. I believe it's some kind of an enormous robot. Intriguing as it sounds, I'm afraid my work at General Atomics isn't complete. Perhaps you could come back another time.
Has the same amount of calories as your average grapefruit without all the bitter.
How about I stay here and help you so your work goes faster?
Are you kidding me? The last thing I need is someone else interfering with my work. On the other hand, it's becoming obvious that you won't leave me in peace until I agree to assist the Brotherhood. All right, you've got a deal. I'll wrap up my collecting trip and meet you at your headquarters. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a few loose ends to tie up before I leave.
Head on over to your local grocery store and buy a bottle of Nuka-Cola today. Your waistline will thank you.
We're on there from Bristol to Beantown. This is Atomic Radio.
The year was 1842. The place? Somewhere west of the Colorado. The Deadland, as they called them, for reasons that were obvious to people on the outside and heartbreaking for those left in. Somewhere deep in those Deadlands, there was a town without a name. And there was a reason for that, too. You see, for a traveler, a name is something timeless. A marker you can put on your map and find decades later. A name is a promise. A sign at the door that meant shelter from the dust storms and a card game at the saloon. But whatever name was given to this accursed strip of land, it came and went before the ink went dry. That's because it was a town run by outlaws for outlaws, and whatever promises they made were left unspoken. So when the stranger walked into that saloon, no one took notice. Not the painted ladies doing their nightly rounds, not the gunslingers playing five-finger fillet. Not even the bartender, living here against his will because no one else could mix a proper drink. But little did he know, the stranger was the one person who could liberate them all, if he could just look past her face.
I prefer laser weapons myself. It's a cleaner shot. It leaves that memorable.
Proctor Ingram.
Give me a shot of whiskey.
Things are off to a
And
good
leave the
start.
bottle.
Isn't that right?
Up, ma'am.
You call this a good start?
Yeah.
This
I
poor
heard you
thing's
got in
memory
trouble
core was
with some
completely
outlaws.
corrupted.
That's
Haven't you
putting it
people ever heard of
mildly.
inertial
But there's
dampeners,
nothing anyone
titanium
can do
shock
about it
casing?
now.
Where's the sheriff?
If
It
you
won't
mean
be
the man
easy,
with the
but
badge,
I should be
he's
able
in
to
his
make a few
office.
modifications
But the
and get
badge
his
doesn't
basic
mean
functions
much when the
online.
guy wearing
If you
it
can
shot
keep your
the
inept
previous
scribes
owner
from
dead.
slowing me down.
Sounds to me like you
Charming,
could use
isn't
some
she?
help. Maybe even a new sheriff.
I'm sorry, lady, but you're wasting your time.
Yeah. Sorry about that,
town is
Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Scarra's worth all the aggravation. I've never seen someone so proficient with Prime's power systems. She's already saved us weeks, maybe months of work. In fact, we're ready for you to start building his electromagnetic actuators.
That's not how I make my
What do the actuators do?
Pretty simple, really. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
All right, Ingram. Enough with the school lessons. Here's a list of materials you'll need, and the plans to make the actuators.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
The old bartender told her what she needed to know, even though part of him felt like he was sending her to her grave.